It's so nice to know that you're a part of something. You're not the only one that's struggling. And so many people start there and then they're like, yeah, I have tinnitus, but it's not bothersome anymore.
So let me tell you a little bit about this patient that I saw. He came in and he's about 40 something year old, still in corporate, still working. He's like, I have this tinnitus that whenever I'm in meetings or I'm with family and friends, it starts to amp up. And I feel like I can't focus on what they're saying because my tinnitus is so loud. It prevents me from understanding or like being present. My teammates or, my workmates are picking up what's being said, and I'm not because my tinnitus is so loud. And we did this whole workup. We ran all the tests. It was such a long visit. So he had a hearing loss. It was a high frequency hearing loss, which is not uncommon for somebody who has tinnitus. Sometimes the two go hand in hand. It's a damaged auditory system, all that.
I hear this all the time. How did he find you?
I think he actually saw some of our videos talking about tinnitus
Oh,
online.
that's good. Was he distraught?
His concern was, I need to be productive at work and I
Okay.
need to keep up with my counterparts. And now this is interfering with the quality of my work.
Did he know he had a hearing loss?
So he was like, I think I have some trouble hearing, but I don't know I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's like a serious loss. And it was a pretty significant loss.
So how did he react to the results when you went over them?
So he was a little surprised about his hearing, but the interesting part was when we programmed sound generation, because we know tinnitus thrives in quiet, right? So the quieter your world is, the more focused you are on tinnitus. We programmed sound generation and we programmed hearing devices. So it's a combo device. Put it in his ears and he was like, oh my God. He was so surprised. He was like, I can't believe I missed these things that I'm hearing in the room. And he starts like shuffling and he starts doing this. He's like, I could hear this. And then, we're testing and playing around with the settings and he's like, but I also don't hear my tinnitus. And a lot of people come in and they're like, I want my tinnitus to be shut off like this. And we know we can't do that. It's a process, right? We know we want them to get to habituation where it's like, I know it's there, but I'm not paying attention to it. It doesn't bother me.
100%.
But but for him, because he had unaddressed hearing loss, it was, his world was less quiet now. He could hear again. And he had sound generation. So it was a pretty big moment for him.
Yeah. If I may, I agree with you. Like there is a possibility of using sound therapy to cancel this all out. Great. But and day one we can do that. We can just like you did, like, dude, it's gone. But that's not realistic. We want this mixing ratio where they always sort of hear the tinnitus so that they can habituate. Let's say they're wearing really fantastic ear level sound generators. They go to sleep, they take them off, and now they're in rage mode because it's back
Yep.
and the stupid thing and they can't sleep, right?
Right.
Like
Right.
it's a process of being friends with your tinnitus or even just recategorizing it as I really pity my tinnitus. So wearing those devices, hearing the sounds, and then habituating is a long process.
Or it's neutral, like, I don't feel any kind of way about my tinnitus, right? Instead of I have this big reaction to my tinnitus. Something interesting that we learned or that we found out through a lot of history taking and really getting into it was because he could not hear in meetings, he couldn't hear well, his nervous system was getting amped up. And that was like kind of like feeding his tinnitus. And then he was having trouble understanding what people were saying. So sometimes it takes just a lot of like, we need to get into it. We need to figure out what's at the core of this. We need to figure out, you know, how to approach it or treat it. And there are so many different ways in which we can do that. But for him, at the core of it, it was he was having trouble hearing in meetings and he was getting nervous, and that was driving his tinnitus.
Yeah.
You take away that stress, and he's like in a state of calm. He can hear what everybody's saying. He can respond. He doesn't have to be so worried and uptight about missing what his peers are.
It's common that neurophysiologic pathway that is abnormal, every time he hears the tinnitus, he becomes more upset. The more upset he becomes, the tinnitus gets louder. His blood pressure is up. He's nervous. He's worried that he's going to inappropriately respond, and he's just keeps focusing on the tinnitus, and he can't hear through it because his ears changed. Like, how stressful for him. I love the fact that he came to you and he was like, I can do better. I want to up my game. I'm struggling. Help me. And you are helping him threefold, allowing him to be able to have less stress and anxiety just having a conversation. You're allowing him to not notice his tinnitus as much. And then you're allowing him to just have a happier, less stressful life because that perfect storm is minimizing, if not going away. And it's a matter of like trusting the professional that you see and knowing this person, like, I've seen this before. I got you. And him walking into your office is amazing. Unfortunately, there's places that they say that they're going to cure your tinnitus and they don't get this. They don't understand. Just be aware that every person is unique and the professional that you're with needs to have taken some courses and understands this, but um, there's no magic snake oil out there. And yet, it's the recipe and the process of taking you through. We've seen in our office in the past couple of years, close to 1,000 patients who have had positive treatments. And
Yeah.
every person is on a different journey. And next week, something could change in their life. They live someplace new, something's new, and they're back, rage mode. And it's no big deal. We go through the same process. It'll be fine.
I know that. I know all of us in the tinnitus space have gotten a lot of tinnitus retraining therapy training, to be able to figure out all the ways in which we can help our patients. A lot of our patients find us through ATA.org, American Tinnitus Association.org. They can get resources there, they can find support groups, and they could find providers. And it's just such a wonderful resource for patients who are struggling with tinnitus. A good starting point.
Just their magazine alone that goes out quarterly is beautifully written. It's
Yeah.
so nice to know that you're a part of something. You're not the only one that's struggling. And so many people start there and then they're like, yeah, I have tinnitus, but it's not bothersome anymore. And then they can help
Yeah.
other people. It's definitely a beautiful place to go for sure. It's worth I think it's $50 for a patient to sign up for it. And so many good resources.
I guess one of the things I appreciate when people come to see me is that they're still hopeful. If you're hopeful, that means you're willing and open to expand and try new things and take steps and to help yourself. And that you believe that there are positive outcomes. And we know, you said you saw 1,000 people treated successfully for tinnitus. We know, we see it in the office. Sometimes people don't know when they come see us, but we know that we've been able to help people. So I guess my one wish or hope for people is that they stay hopeful.
Yeah. Find some place that hears you, listens to your story, and sees you as the individual that you are, not a cookie cutter. We're just going to slap hearing aids on you. It's so much different, and everyone
Yeah.
has unique needs. And definitely find those offices that will take a good history with you and find the right treatment plan for you.
Yeah. And if I may, if we were to list, you and I, Dawn, all the different treatment options for tinnitus that are out there.
Yeah. What are they? Okay, so we have Progressive Tinnitus Management System that is that came out of Walter Reed Hospital. One of our colleagues helped create that. We have tinnitus retraining therapy, which is the Jastrabovs. We have from University of Iowa and Richard Tyler. We have the tinnitus treatment plan. Is more like start with group and then get into the practice later. We have sound therapy. There used to be a system we used called neuromonics. We have some people, the amplification and audibility is helping with that. There is linear, there is levo, there
Auto.
auto. Dr. Jennifer Gans's mindfulness tinnitus retraining therapy program. I think I just butchered that, but Dr. Gans is a psychologist. She has an 8-week program to help you just within 8 weeks go through the process of changing your perspective. Look, guys, you deserve to be happy. And so many patients come to me and they're like, oh, yeah, since the day I had tinnitus, my life is so much bleaker. And I'm like, no, 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 no. You deserve to be happy. Find purpose. Find out what you used to do when you were, before you were an adult, that used to make you giggle and brought you joy. Today, find that thing. Is it finger painting? Was it skateboarding? Find a way to do it, because the tinnitus is not going to limit you. Just right now, you're stuck. So a professional like us can help you get through that. We definitely need to evaluate your system, though, and make sure that all the mechanisms are working the way we think. Otherwise, we're going to refer you for more testing. But this is something to be taken seriously.
You want to get help and you want something reputable, I would start at American Tinnitus Association.org just to get access to resources, to articles, to research, to professionals, and to group support systems.
You can find more information at askanaudiologist.com, and you can follow us on all our social channels at Ask An Audiologist. The information provided on this podcast is for educational and entertainment purposes only and does not substitute for professional medical advice.